Nope, trying something new. Let's see what is in store for this next season.
Good afternoon, Salt Lake City! And a shout out to everybody watching online from around the world. My name is Joshua Mills, Creative Director, and I'm here with Christopher Budgeon, Live Content Game Director. We've been so excited to get back on stage ever since the 6-8 Invitational. When we revealed our Year 11 roadmap, your reaction to our plans really meant a lot. This was incredibly encouraging,
Now
and it
I'm
gave us
intrigued.
the reassurance that we're headed in the right direction.
Appreciate the
That
mic is a
progress
little
that we started together
not exactly in the correct
continues
direction.
today as we show you what will unfold in Year 11, Season 2, Operation System Override.
What a fitting name. I feel like they always come up with some good names. Yeah,
This
there's a
season,
few.
we're
bad ones.
introducing Reg 3.0, the remaster
Oh, I forgot that was coming this season. Why did I think it was
the
season 3?
Calypso Casino map, and more.
Can't wait for that map to
But
not be
first,
played.
let's check in with the state of Rainbow. The elite organization that started it all has been reactivated after over 2 years of being shut down. And it's now led by a 6 that refuses to stay behind a desk.
This is Bishop.
We're out of time.
Yep.
Let's put them in the ground. Fall back! Team 1. Report.
Alive and we're safe. We lost contact with the other team.
They have their orders. We need to go for Nyx.
Nix.
Be my eyes. Mute. Cover her.
On it. Hostile. Sending a payload.
Do you like the animation style?
You're cornered, Nyx. Surrender.
That was some
I
gaps
see
that need
one
filling.
old man. One old man about to die.
I see your runner 7. 3 rows down.
Hack my phone.
Huh? What if it...
Do it now.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that weapon.
Quick thinking there, Sink.
We trusted each other, and it paid off. Rendezvous for extraction, Team 1.
Well, that was interesting. Wonder if that was
I
them
think we
hinting
can
at a
all
future
agree
weapon.
That's Dokkaebi like we've never seen her before. And it's time to bring that energy into the field. With this remaster, our goal is clear. We wanted to develop a new angle for her, an operator harder to master, but still impactful.
Yeah, knowing she was already brain dead.
You're not
Just
the
simple
first
press of
to
a button
try,
ability.
and you won't be the last to fail.
This makes me wonder. This remaster. Where is their standpoint going to be now on global abilities? I also don't know if that is not too loud or too quiet. Raise the volume a little bit, just for the sake.
As you just saw, Doka no longer simply calls the defender's phone. Her primary ability now pushes malicious code to the target's device that can have devastating results if ignored. We call this the Jago payload. This payload
What a
is
name.
precise, so only one defender can be targeted per attack. For those familiar with Deimos, the targeting system is the same. You can select your individual prey with the alternate button. Once the payload has been delivered, the target has a choice: react quickly to disable it, or suffer the consequences, of which there are a few, and
timer.
none of them are pleasant. If they don't answer the call, their phone detonates, dealing direct damage, currently tuned to the cost of 40 HP. In addition, they will also lose access to observation tools and some gadgets, because they no longer have a way to connect to the network for the rest of the round. This is especially devastating for operators like Maestro and Echo. Lastly, upon detonation, the phone will leave a small, short-lived area of fire. which will damage anyone who
That's a little
remains in it.
confusing.
The whole process
That
completely
sound.
destroys the phone, so Dokkaebi will not be able to hack
Oh,
these destroyed
I
phones
just saw
either.
what looked like a track
We've
stinger
tweaked
indicator.
how hacking works as well, and Chris will cover that in just a moment.
What? Excuse
With
me?
all these changes,
You can just
we've
hack
also
wherever?
shifted her overall pacing.
When you see
She
the
now
phone
has more
icon?
charges and faster cooldowns, but her calls are shorter and can be dismissed more quickly by the target, meaning every activation
not bad.
matters more.
That's also
Little
reflected
less
in how
annoying.
her hacking ability has evolved. You can now access drop phones from anywhere,
Oh.
even through walls. But the intel
Yeah.
you gain is temporary. Again, it's about making the right call at the right moment. On top of that, Dokkaebi gets the new tool for direct combat, the XK-23 assault rifle, a reliable, versatile option that gives more
Nice.
diversity in her loadout. And we're excited to see what you think. We know that there's been a lot of interest in these changes and how they would take shape, and we want to clarify that our goal with this remaster is for Dokkaebi to remain a strong operator. She may require a bit more precision and coordination, but we
Yeah.
want her to remain
Pretty sure
a
that's the
valuable
idea.
pick in the right situations and a force to be reckoned with in the hands of players who master her kit. That's why we invite you to try her out for yourself in the Operation System Override test server available tomorrow. As always, we'll be keeping a close eye on your
Curious to see
feedback
what
to assess
has
whether she
changed
performs as intended.
counter-wise.
Finally,
and all that.
if you buy the Battle Pass and you already own Dokkaebi, you'll receive 600
really?
R6 credits at the beginning of the season.
Use.
Combined with what you can earn throughout the Battle
I'll
Pass
say,
progression,
what are
that's
the
enough
skins?
R6
And I like
credits to
them.
cover your Battle Pass
It
this
feels
season. And on top of
a
that,
little
it also
jarring.
includes 2 Black Ice Packs.
Now,
Here's your
jumping
measly
back to our new
crumbs
primary
for black
weapon,
ice.
the XK-23. This new assault rifle will give you more diversity in Dokkaebi's loadout with a high
That's-
damage and decent rate of fire. It's the perfect tool for mid-range
It almost
engagements.
seems like the spear a
But
little
Dokkaebi
bit.
isn't the only operator getting their hands on it. Raora and Sens will also have access to this new assault rifle. And I'll remind you
This is a weird
that
choice.
this new weapon will be issued
Yes.
for free to all players
Some qualms
at the
with that.
season's launch. Now, it's time to
Very
talk
curious to
about
see
the
about
balancing
how that
side of
rifle's gonna
things.
be.
We'll be kicking off this season with a focus on flank watching. Gridlock will be living up to her name at the start of Operation System Override by locking down key rotations and forcing would-be ambushers to think twice before pushing their assault. Her track
Alright, so it
stingers
looks like she's
are now
losing
more
one.
reliable and more punishing than ever. We've streamlined their deployment across the board, making everything faster and more responsive so she can lock down space with less downtime. But the real shift is how defenders must deal with the utility. Stepping on a track stinger triggers a full limping effect for 10
Alright.
seconds.
So
It's not a
basically
bit
now
of
the
damage
effect is on
anymore,
attack.
it's a real movement penalty that can completely
I like
compromise
that.
a rotation or a flank. And with increased durability from 1 HP to 35
Oh, hey, the new map.
HP, defenders are now forced to properly clear the traps if they want a safe path. You can't just risk running through anymore. One misstep,
That's
and you
already
pay a much
that's a
steeper
good
price
change
than
for
before.
good luck. Right off the
As
bat.
part of these changes, we've reduced the total number of track stingers down to 3, but each one is significantly more impactful, making Gridlock's
I
area
feel like they're
denial
gonna
harder to ignore.
down the line have to revert that change. That
Our next
total
operator
count.
is someone I mentioned in our last community checkpoint live stream.
But
It's
who
someone
knows?
you've all been asking about.
We'll have to see.
The eldest Bosock sister, Sophia. In our last patch, you saw a correction to her M762 assault rifle.
That
This
was
was
only
just
on
one
PC.
step in a series of changes. We will
Only
be
a
making
PC
changes
change.
for her incrementally, so we can monitor the impact and performance of each one. At the launch of this season, Sophia is receiving her second change. She will now be a 2-speed, 2-health operator,
All right, reverting back to how she was at launch.
reinforcing
for-
her flex roll. We have the next
what season
adjustment
was
for
it?
her
Deadly
slotted
Omen?
mid-season
That she got
this
that change?
season, so stay tuned for
The
that.
3 health.
We've also made a series of smaller adjustments to a handful of other operators, like increasing the range of both Pulse's cardiac sensor and Mozzie's Pest's capture ability. Again, reinforcing our emphasis on flank
Oh,
watch.
sweet. It's like the
And we
old
can't
U-Jammer
talk about
size.
flank watch without mentioning Nomad, who will be receiving 2 updates. All grips will now be added to her AK-74M,
Nice, but
and
yeah,
the detection
like the
range of her
reaction
air
there.
jabs has also been
Eh,
increased.
Shaky.
For the full
Alright.
details of our balancing updates, be sure to check
Kinda
out the
see the
patch
reason,
notes
but
on
feel
rainbow6.com.
In Siege, It's
really.
essential that players
Big
can compete
change.
together across PC and console
Alright,
and
you have
across
mouse and
inputs,
keyboard on console.
whether that's
Alright.
controller, a mouse and keyboard. But in a competitive game like Siege, fairness is everything. And that's why we drew a clear line. If you choose mouse and keyboard, you belong in the PC matchmaking pool. There are no shortcuts and no exceptions.
Not bad.
To support this stance, we developed Mousetrap to detect players who are trying to bypass the system. And to be very clear, Mousetrap bans have already started, and enforcement will continue to
I was
ramp up
worried about
throughout
it.
Season 2.
That was already happening
Now,
this season.
as we announced at the 6th Invitational, native mouse and keyboard support is coming to console in Season 2 and will release mid-season. Fair play, clear rules, and more updates coming very soon on our channels. Now, who's ready for Rank 3.0?
Alright. Yeah, that was short and sweet. Moving on to the next
Rank
segment.
3.0 isn't just an update. It's the future of competitive Siege. This is the evolution of our most
$1
played
for every time you yourself
playlist,
said that.
rebuilt around one clear vision. Fair matches, clear progression, and rewards that respect your time. First,
Yep.
placement matches are back, because every season should start with that opportunity to prove yourself.
Alright,
And
so
they'll now
5
carry
matches.
more weight. You'll gain and lose more rank points than a standard match, so the rank adjusts faster right from the start. And with a dynamic soft reset, we respect where you finished last season, while still
man,
giving you
enthusiasm.
room to earn your place again. So when the season begins, you're not just playing, you're setting your starting rank. And with the new lighter squad restrictions in place, matchmaking stays fair, competitive, and trustworthy for everyone. Now, progression. Rank 3.0 makes your journey easier to understand, more satisfying to climb, and better at showing real improvement. Because when you win, you should feel it. And when you lose, it should still feel fair. Rewards are changing in a big way. Instead of locking most rewards behind the highest rank you reach, Rank 3.0 rewards you for what really matters, showing up and playing at your best.
That's a cool
Seasonal
headgear.
headgear, more competitive coins, alpha packs, now earned primarily through matches played, not just by how high you climb.
All right.
Because improvement comes from time spent in
Better
competition.
than getting
and
those
ranks
rewards like
now finally
the next
respects
season.
that. And when it comes to your rank progress, this next one matters. There's no more hidden MMR. Your
Good.
skill is your rank, and what you see is where you are.
What was that?
And for those pushing even further, we're introducing Legend Division and Season 3 to create that dedicated space for the most committed and competitive players in Siege. Planned
That
for a mid-season
1%.
kickoff, one of the requirements of Legend Division will be that players have a rank history. This means that all players must have achieved above Platinum in Season 2. So be sure to put in that work now if
Okay.
you want to play with the best later.
Nice.
This is a major first step in
Yeah,
how we're
that's gonna be much of
refocusing
a
ranked
big
around the
difference.
core competitive experience. Rank 3.0 is about trust. It's about motivation, and it's about making every
The audience
match
is
matter.
audible.
And we can't wait for you to jump in.
Rank 3.0 is more precise, more rewarding, and built with your feedback in mind. So of course, we'll be closely monitoring your reactions at launch, and please do not hesitate to share your feedback on R6 Fix. If you want to dive a little deeper into the details of our new system, we highly recommend checking out our Rank 3.0 explainer video, which will be released when the season launches.
Nice.
With all the new features and updates we're delivering as part of our new content
me.
cadence, we're also rolling out new ways to keep you up to date. Earlier, I mentioned our community checkpoint live streams. On the last one, we talked about the ranked map rotations and the mid-season patch. And going forward, these will be a great way to stay in the know, and they'll be
Nice.
broadcasted on our channels.
So
Speaking of
feel
new
like
features,
it's been a nice
one
thing
of this
they've been
season's
doing.
new features is rotating trial operators. This feature allows you to get access to operators you may not own yet, so you can try them out and
Nice.
see if they fit into
Good
your
for the
play
new
style.
players.
At the launch of Year 11, Season 2, 3 attackers and 3
Oh.
defenders will be available. They are
They're
Solid
letting
Snake,
Snake?
Maverick, Ace, Frost, Aruni, and Clash. Every week, another set of 6 operators will rotate in, and so on.
That's interesting.
Operation System Override is the
Like,
season of
that's
competition,
interesting.
where the stakes are high
But
with
why
the
don't I see
rollout of Rank
Snake on that list?
3.0. But we can't talk about competition without mentioning esports, especially here at the Salt Lake City Major.
I like the irony that already was on that list. Just what we
As
don't
we
need.
announced at the Six Invitational, we're introducing Tier 1 team pages directly in the esports tab. You can now explore dedicated pages for top
No, that's cool.
teams with stats like KD, cost, and more, all available in-game. This is all about bringing you the competitive scene closer and putting everything you need right at your
I think that
fingertips
some people have
inside
said
the game itself.
that needs to be in the game. Not
Now,
outside
as
the
we
game.
do every season, we're continuing to modernize our maps. This time, we're updating Emerald Plains, Canal, and Outback.
I'm very
Today,
curious to see Canal and
we're also
Outback.
excited to spotlight something
Oh,
special.
Emerald Plains.
This
would be another
season,
one.
we're bringing back a legendary map from the Rainbow Six franchise, Calypso Casino.
All right, the new map. Without the signs, I would have thought this was a skyscraper. Alright, lobby, mezzanine. Alright. Alright, billiards room. Tequila. Cigar room. Aquarium. Bar. Blackjack. Hey, really make it where the rooms are very diegetic. Ventilation hallway. Is that like a basement? Yeah, it's a basement. Vault checkpoint. Vault. Please, I swear, if I don't see a short of someone doing the "This is Sparta" joke, I'm gonna be disappointed with this community.
I'll be honest, it looks amazing. For longtime fans, you'll spot some familiar references, and as always, we've hidden a few
Also, that's
Easter
wild
eggs
seeing
for
an
you to
exterior
discover.
wall outside the building.
To give you your first guided tour through this map, we've got not one, but two very special guests. Because trust me, there's a lot to cover. They'll take the next 5 minutes to break
I
it
didn't
all
even pay
down for
attention.
you.
Was it,
So
like,
pay close
3
attention.
floors?
It might just give you an edge when the map drops at season's launch. Please welcome our level designer, Dominique Doyon, and our latest esports comedy, one of the best analysts on this game, Alphama.
A piece of Rainbow Six history is coming back. Calypso Casino takes direct inspiration from Rainbow Six Vegas, a game and setting that a lot of players still remember. But this is not a remake.
Oh my god.
This map captures the spirit of Vegas purpose-built for modern Siege. Designed to be fun and quick play, stand strong in rank, and host the highest level of play, esports.
Second floor.
There are a
Okay,
few
so it
things
is
you'll
3
notice
floors.
right from the prep phase that make Calypso Casino stand out. Multi-story vertical drone vents open up navigation paths and intel gathering strategies as drones can move quickly from the 3rd floor all the way to the basement. And speaking of basement,
think you said
even
3rd
outside the
floor?
building, positioning
No, and that's,
matters.
like,
A
more
fall
like
in the
the
wrong
exterior.
spot can take you out instantly. Verticality is at the core of Siege, and Calypso Casino fully
Alright,
leans into
looks
it.
like
Attackers
two
can
exterior
spawn
walls.
below the map and rappel all the way up to the rooftop, bringing back that Rainbow Six Vegas feel right from the start of the round. And if you're looking to stay quiet,
Nah.
there are stealthy ways to get in. The crane gives you access to the lobby with less noise,
Oh.
letting you set up before defenders can react. But it goes both ways. On defense, you can control the lobby via a large open space that you can set up as an ambush to unaware attackers. Once inside, the lobby becomes a key battleground. The double staircase connects 2 facing mezzanines, opening new rotation paths and pressure points. It's a contested space, key for defender flanks while giving attackers direct access to objectives. Now, let's take a moment and sit back and appreciate the aesthetic touches that make this the classic casino. The basement is all security. Vault, servers, CCTV, cold lighting, controlled spaces. The first floor is the heart of it. Poker, roulette, blackjack. Warmer tones, Art Deco style. This is where you come to make money or lose it. Then, the second floor is for the high
floor is
rollers.
gonna be a little
Lounge
disorienting
spaces,
because
a
some of the
more
rooms
relaxed
don't
atmosphere,
look a
even
little
warmer lighting. A
too
different
similar
kind
to
of
each
vibe.
other.
Throughout every room and hallway, this map is built for competition. Clear pushes,
I
committed
do
plays,
will say
no
I
easy
do
way
like
out.
the UI
You pick a
change
plan,
for the kill feed.
you commit to it. And if it works, you gain the advantage.
What was
if
that?
it doesn't, you pay for it. It all adds up to more controlled fights, more meaningful decisions, and a map where understanding the layout gives you a real edge.
Another exterior wall.
Calypso Casino is where the classic Vegas DNA meets modern Siege. Familiar at first glance, but built to test how you play at every level. Now let's take a more tactical look. I'll pass it over to Alfama, our 2026 Esports Commendation winner, to break down different ways to approach the map.
Former pro player?
Thank you very much, Dominic. And honestly, I could talk about this map for hours, but I only have a few minutes, so let's focus on the most important
Here's where the
stuff.
bomb sites
And let's
are.
focus on my favorite bomb site, and that is basement. Because I really think you can extend and actually deny all of the entry points following these positions.
Lord,
you can have a
that
player here
basement.
play towards VIP, trying to deny the entry point of the double wall. You can have players in weapon holding towards these green stairs. They can help each other. The same player can help the player holding yellow side with the exit doorway and with also the staircase. And also you can have a player towards
Is that
lookers
outside?
that can help his
think
teammates
that's
towards
outside.
Vault. Now you will see Vault is
Over
very
here.
important in this bomb site. There is not a lot of vertical play here, only on this side of the bomb site. On the other side though, it's fully reinforced and Vault is connected directly
He
to
said
it.
that,
So you
and
need
it was
to
like
reinforce
one
these two
soft
walls,
wall.
electrify them because they're directly
Yep,
accessible
stereo.
from outside. And it's the same story for the top floor bomb site. Because if you extend into kitchen, you'll see that these two walls, they need to be reinforced and electrified because also they are accessible
Oh,
from
wow.
the outer balcony.
Another one.
It can this time even extend towards Barista, maybe to protect
So
the
two
trick
sets of
with a
exterior
Denari,
walls.
with a Thorn setup. And all the way on the other side towards Pool, you can extend towards Aqua with a Smoke playing with a shotgun, for example, to hold the staircase, but also because that same
So this
player
is a little
can then go
disorienting,
towards
that
this corridor
staircase.
here and
Made
with
me
feet
think that was
holes
a basement
cover
for a second.
directly the entry to the zone side, to
Ooh,
Pool
feet
doorway.
holes.
Now, for the ground floor, you'll see that most of the defense is from holding up top with vertical play, maybe with the Soul is denying the plant, maybe with the Pulse, with the Valkyrie, with C-Force. And if we switch to attack, the map has been laid out in a way that you always have a safe entry point. On basement, your Buck can rappel here,
supposed to
for
be a
example,
door.
open the soft wall for you. If you
is
go
it
onto
supposed to
the
be a
ground
door,
floor,
but
you
it's
can
like
open the main
not?
door at the same time. And all the way on the back side of the building, same story
It
here,
looked
you
like a
can get
door
into
that
the
had a
registration
shutter
office. There's
closed
not a
on
lot
it.
of cover for defenders.
So I guess it
And
was
if you
meant to
move
be a
up top,
door, but it
it's a
didn't
similar
last
story,
minute.
but even better. You have this huge outer balcony with access with multiple doorways, multiple
worried
windows
about that
on one side,
outer balcony.
or here to Tequila on one side of the map. And the same balcony actually connects all the way around on the same floor to a double window. And if you go into that window, you have direct access to Pool, the bomb site of the top floor. Now, look
Some
at this
decent
main
entry
lobby
points
and one
into the
player
map.
rappelling upside down. And this is my final gift to you. If you go outside
Kiss me,
and
Mary
rappel up
Jane.
that crane that's standing outside of the building, you're going to get a crazy view on the map, but
I'm thinking
also
about it. This is
you're
the
going to
first
get a
time we
rappel
actually are
upside
getting
down.
a
And that
rappel.
rappel goes directly into main lobby. Now that's the first one, you have a second one in the middle of the main lobby. Not only a second one, you have a third one all the way on the left side of the main lobby. Three different
Lord.
rappels that you can take to contest anyone, whether it be the roamers
See,
or
at
the
that
anchors
point,
on
that
site
was
onto
basically a
Barista.
death
As
sentence
you can
as a
see, this map has a
defender.
lot to offer, whether it be for the attackers with safe entry points, whether it be for roamers, for heavy roamers and C4s
Yeah, I'm
and
thinking
vertical
about that.
play.
That's-
In my opinion,
Zombie Zone.
it has a great
This is the first time
competitive
we've done that
viability,
actually
not
has a
only in
crane
ranked,
that
but
lets us,
also at pro level.
like,
Now back to you,
repel or
Chris and
interact
Josh,
with
for
it.
the rest of the panel.
That'll be an interesting map. Very curious.
Thanks, Dom and
I can't wait
Leo,
to see,
for your
like, the
very
crazy,
useful
like-
insights on this iconic
Like mirror
brand new
setups
map.
and like the Denari setups
Here
and
it
all
is,
that.
a recap of Operation System Override.
All right.
Ranked 3.0, Calypso Casino,
Definitely some
the new
interesting
Dokkaebi
balance issues.
remaster, and much more. Mark your calendars and join us when the season launches on June 2nd.
For that new weapon.
Now, before we kick off the grand final, we have one more special guest who would like to announce something quite
Oh, I think I know what this might be.
Is that Salt Lake City I hear?
What's up, Salt Lake? It's me. It's Bodo, your current MVP of Rainbow Six Siege. And I bet you're wondering, what could I possibly be doing on this screen? I must have something really crazy to announce if they're throwing me up here.
Elite skin, maybe?
Check this out.
Oh, that's cool. Of course. Not surprising.
It's pretty sick.
I was waiting for the Elite skin. Because we haven't seen the new one for this season come out yet.
I think I might have to play Vigil a bit more when that bundle drops. I'm just saying.
Ugh.
But on behalf of the Siege team, we want to thank you for your incredible support. Siege isn't just a game. It's a legacy that we build together. And we're fully committed to making it better every single day. With that, it's time for Siege competition at its absolute best.
Cheaters.
Let's all get ready for the grand final of the Salt Lake City Major. Wait, whoa, no. Okay, everyone calm down for
Yeah.
a second. Hold on. We missed something. Classic.
Yeah.
Okay.
As in an
We
elite
just got
skin.
word the esports team has something they want to show you, so let's take a look.
Oh, lordy, Pingu.
Hello there. My name is Nicholas Mortensen,
This
but you
feels
know
like
me
an
as Pingu.
ad.
Today, I'm going to teach you how to win a major and become just as good as I am. First, close your eyes and start taking deep breaths.
What is this?
The path to success is a hard one, but you have to keep walking. Some people, they see an obstacle, but I see the destination. Dive into the ocean of calmness. Here, in that silence, nothing can stop you anymore.
293、294、
Anderton?
295。
What are you doing here?
次のメジャーのために鍛えてんだよ。そろそろ帰ろうか。
Oh, announcing the next major, Osaka.
Osaka, I'm coming!
All right. What a weird ad for that.
Get your tickets
That
now.
one
Get
guy.
your tickets right now. Can we get June 8th, right?
That
June
one
8th.
guy.
That was
so
a tough
cool.
video.
That was
That was
oh my
it's
God.
so
That was a
Anderton,
tough
that
one.
really captures.
All right, so overall some interesting changes. The major policy changes I'm a little like lukewarm about. I don't like that. Really, the only major change was the gridlock. Everyone else got like minor changes. Like I appreciate the Mozzie change. That's already a good one because honestly, kind of dumb that you can just sneak past a Mozzie pass sometimes, depending on where it is, if it's on the doorframe and such. Sophia being swapped back to her 2-speed, back to how she was at Operation White Noise, and then I think it was Deadly Omen that she got changed to 3 health. Trying to slow down the game and all that. Either way, Dogby, I'm very curious to see how she will be now, because I think the blowing up the phone thing is cool. Really nice. I feel like the main problem that's going to be an issue at the first couple weeks is then everyone's going to try and like, you know, see Maestro, Valk, Echo, and all of them. Like, I feel like everyone's going to like do the like try and target them first immediately to catch them off guard and try and destroy their phones. But overall, I'm curious to see what has changed with that remaster. Like, will IQ still be able to interact with her? Will Tubro, Mute, Counter? Like, I'm curious with Mute. If, like, the detonation, if, like, say, she calls to detonate the phone, does she then, can you run towards a Mute Jammer and it'll disable it, stop it, where you don't need to, like, manually turn it off, along with Tubro, but who knows? The fact that it's quicker and, like, less annoying is very interesting. The AR, I don't know how I feel about giving her an AR and then still letting her have the SMG-12. I don't know how I feel about letting Dokkaebi still have 2 secondary automatics along with a primary automatic. Like, I know we have a few other operators in that same boat, but they're not as, like, that oppressive as Dokkaebi was. But who knows? I like the change overall. Being able to just target one operator, so much better. I feel like that is their way of like addressing the global ability problem. Hopefully that might mean something, but either way, the new map, I'm very curious. It looks very interesting. I'm curious to see all the crazy setups you can do with it, because that basement looked a little interesting. Very interesting, and reminded me of a few other maps that were like the basement is so big you could just honestly extend and take the whole basement as control. But that's just me. Aside that, what else was there? There was a few other nonsense, but Rank 3.0, can't wait. I forgot it was this season, season 2. I thought it was season 3. But either way, love all the changes with Rank 3.0. Hopefully it brings some much life into the game, into the rank, and actually fixes some problems that the game has been having its own issues. But aside that, I'm trying to I think what else there was besides the new map, new gun. Very curious. Like I said earlier, I have a very weird confliction with the operator choices. Round I'm fine with. Sense is more the one I'm more like, what? Why? I get better AR probably. People will probably like, oh, it's a better AR. You know, better AR with Sens because the POF is just dumb and just not a great weapon. But it's like, I feel like people will still use the POF. It's like 50 bullets versus 30. I feel like that's going to be such a major change that it's just like, are we missing the point here? But, if that buffs Sens and makes it where Sens gets played a bit more, whatever their own opinions. But either way, enough with the rambling. I think I've gotten my thoughts out with this season. This season's going to be an interesting season. Hopefully with Togepi's remastered, Ubisoft doesn't have to take the dial that's already there and just go drop it down to 0. Hopefully they don't have to tune the dials. But, you know, let's just hope it's more, the remaster's more like how Tachanka was versus Blackbeard, where he still needed a few other changes to tone him down to bring him a little more in line. Hell, he still needs a few changes to tone him down. But either way, hopefully y'all like, comment, subscribe, and y'all let me know in the comments if you want me to do this more often, stuff like this more often. Especially for Siege. But either way, see y'all next time.